Hello Pisces, welcome to your September 2015 tarot reading. I am using a different deck this time. This is the Aquarian Tarot deck by David Palladini, and I like the imagery, so we're trying this out for this month. Okay, first card I have here for you is the Death card, followed by Nine of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Empress, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Page of Swords, the High Priestess, King of Swords. Wow, a lot of sword energy, the whole family. Okay. So we have the King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so let's look at the central theme, okay? We have 5 people showing up in this spread. So this is a month that is going to be very people-centric, okay? And especially other-centered. So what I mean by that is there are going to be situations where you feel that your life is going in a direction where it's dictated by other people. And what I'm sensing here, we are starting out with the Death card. A big transition is coming through for you, a new phase in your life. And I do feel for a lot of you, it might be on the work front, and it is also going to be on the dating front as well, okay? A lot of people coming in and a lot of people making a proposal. I do feel for a lot of you, one of the main thing I'm sensing here is defending the decisions that you've made and also defending your territory, okay? That's going to be front and center for this month. I also feel as well, we are starting with the Death card, and for the first row, we are ending with the Fool. So there is a big transition, a major phase in your life that you're trying to bring into the fold, and especially new ways of behaving, new ways of conducting business, new ways of relating to other people that you're trying to bring into your life, okay? And I do feel that you're showing up here as the center, the focal point of this spread, with the King of Cups in the reverse and the High Priestess in the reverse position. So I do feel for a lot of you, you're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone, okay? And it's going to feel a little bit destabilizing at first, but I do feel it is ultimately for your greater good. And what I mean by that is you are a water sign, and I do feel that in the past as well, you have relied extensively on your intuition. And I do feel that a lot of you, you know what's good for you, but I do feel, against your better judgment, you don't follow the inner voice, and you don't heed the intuition enough, okay? For this month, you are trying something different. So there is a new way of conducting business. There's a new energy that is coming into the fold that is allowing you a different way to relate to other people. So instead of doing the things where you have been, the old ways of relating in the past, where you completely overlook other people's flaws, other people's, you overlook a lot of red flags, warning signs about other people. For this month, you're taking a different approach. You're going to be a little bit more systematic, and you're going to be definitely more discerning when it comes to your interactions with other people. I do feel that on the work front, there is a little bit of a competitive spirit coming through, and you're going to be a little bit more, on a foundational front, you are going to have to defend your domain and at least verbalize what it is that you really believe in and how it is that you want to play with other people, especially on the work front, okay? So a lot of intellectual exchanges coming through and a lot of new ways of doing things. So rather than heeding the intuition, you are going to approach things in a more systematic manner in order to get the results that you want, okay? So I do feel as well there is a great energy sweeping through for the rest of this month, and it is going to bring about a new transition, a new chapter in your life, okay? Whether or not you're still going to cling on to the past, that is something that can play out, if you have been hesitant about letting the past go, you're going to feel that this new change coming in can be a little bit destabilizing. If, on the other hand, you've been pretty ready for the change, and you are welcoming and embracing it, then I do feel that it is going to be a very, very smooth transition, especially for the second half of this month. You are going to be able to achieve um, a lot more momentum in your work environment, okay? And I do sense that is coming through with these two energies. This is basically the Page of Swords and the King of Swords, okay? So there is a person external to you. It could possibly be an air sign or somebody who is very, very systematic, who's very logical, who is offering wise counsel, okay? So I do feel that for a lot of you, you might have known this person through the years. So this is not like a new person. This is somebody coming back in for like a second round of assessment. He or she is showing up in the upright position. So I do feel that whatever it is that they have to offer, they do it in a manner that can be very instrumental for you in starting a new phase in your life, okay? At the end of the month, we also have a little bit of a blast from the past, showing up as the Knight of Pentacles, an earth sign. This is Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus coming through as well. And this is somebody that you don't want to engage with in round two, okay? Because in the past, I do sense that it has been an ongoing issue with the Fool on top of the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles can be a male or female, but I do sense that in the past, in the faraway past, or even as early as recent as like the recent past, I do sense that there might have been multiple situations where you are engaging with this person all over again, and it didn't end up in a satisfying way. So this time around, you're not going to let that in. You've moved on with your life, and you want them likewise to move on with theirs. So you're not going to have lingering attachment. You are going to cut ties with this earth sign coming through, okay? It's a little bit of a destabilizing energy for a lot of you. This can be new ways of doing, cutting out old coworkers who have not proven themselves to be responsible. They might, have the gift of gab, but in terms of following through, they haven't been successful. So you are going to actively leave this person in your past position, okay? In your past for good. We do have Mercury in retrograde, so a lot of the old partners from our lives are going to, old people from our past, and especially old relationship partners are potentially popping up as well. Exes, old flings, and things like that, okay? So it's very, very other focus, okay? For a majority majority of you for this month, I do feel that the work situation is definitely very favorable. The Nine of Pentacles is showing up, and this is usually a card of investment, okay? Investment opportunities, waiting a period of time for things to mature, for things to grow on their own. So this is a card that indicates leisure activities and leisure time, mainly because your assets are growing themselves. So you don't really have to work too hard. And overall, I don't feel an energy of busyness associated with this month. I do sense that there is going to be a lot of opportunities for dating, for flirtations, for going out, and even, possibly overindulging for some of you. So just be wary about that, okay? I also want to emphasize that the energy itself is very nice, relaxing, and it's actually quite therapeutic. So a lot of you might have like encounters. I do feel an energy of overindulgence here. So a lot of you might be overindulging in food and wine, and there's also an opportunity here for like very casual fling type of relationships. Okay, this is something that you want to be careful about, because I do sense that you're not operating at your best in terms of intuition. So it would be in your best interest, especially for Piscean women, to limit the amount of men that you have in your life, because it is going to create a destabilizing force for you. At the same time, I do feel that for a lot of Piscean women in general, there has been a lot of love interest coming in and out of your life. So it's really important for you to figure out what it is that you want and who it is that you want to be with, because, quality over quantity, okay? For Piscean men in general, there might be an opportunity for you to overindulge in food, wine, etc. And I do sense that if you are Piscean, connected, romantically with with possibly an earth sign in a committed relationship. I do feel a little bit of emotional distance coming through between you and the earth sign. So this is something that you want to address, and this is something that you want to create room for, okay? So make some time for your partner. I do feel that it is going to be important for this month. I also sense as well that for those of you who are dealing with air signs, it can be male or female in a romantic situation or even in a casual dating situation. I do feel that I do sense that you might be wanting to push the relationship, to progress the relationship. It's actually in your best interest if you were to stall it a little bit and drag it on and be very, very, meticulous and methodical about the progression of this relationship. So you might be wanting to accelerate things, but I do feel there are blockages, okay? So you have a proposal coming through, especially from air signs, okay? Proposals of love and even advice, but in general, if we're dealing with more of a romantic energy, I do feel that there is a potential here for a love relationship coming through. However, this person, I do feel this person still has a little bit of lingering attachments, unfinished business with their exes, and they're dealing extensively with exes of either an earth element or an air element. So you still want to drag this out a little bit and take it very, very slow. I do feel that they are throwing a lot of affection and a lot of attention your way, which is actually quite rare with an air sign, but they are actually very interested, and um, they do want to be in your presence, okay? Or at least they want to establish a firm foundation with you. So I do feel that coming through as well. For those of you who are in a work situation where you are self-employed, this is a very, very favorable month to focus on that situation, okay? Don't let it go in the wayside. Don't take it for granted. Just actively cultivate it, because I do sense an energy here of possibly overestimating its ability to grow for you, and then you might get into a situation where you are neglecting your financial situation or obligations at the expense of I possibly neglect, but also hindering its development for the best, okay? So once again, a lot of people are coming through, and I do feel that for those of you who are thinking about possibly investment opportunities, or even income generating opportunities, and even work projects, I do sense a lot of proposals are coming through for you. A lot of you might be seeking the advice of seeking counsel, especially like legal counsel, or even seeking the advice of an expert, of somebody who is in a position of expertise, that they might be able to, you don't really know where to turn. There might be several options in terms of, where you want to seek counsel. I do sense that the wise counsel is on the way, and this is somebody who's had a lot more life experience. So in general, I do feel that you can trust it, whoever it is that is bringing you, advice and counsel. They are coming through with good intentions. So in general, it looks very favorable, okay? And for those of you who are dealing with, new situation, new work environment, it looks very, very fruitful. I don't sense major and immense communication problems. I do feel that in a new work environment, it looks very structured, and especially if you're starting out the new work situation, the very beginning of the month, like the first week of September. The new work situation looks very, very structured. You are going to be dealing with people who are very articulate, who are very communicative, and who know exactly what it is that they want, and they know how to help you, okay? So don't be afraid to speak out. Don't be timid for this month, especially in a new work endeavor. If you don't understand something, don't try to fix it yourself, okay? Because it can potentially create more problems for other people, because you might overlook some things, and that you think might be a small deal, but in fact it might hinder the work processes, the workflow, and then the other person might have to come in. They're not going to chastise you, but they might have to come in and fix it for you, okay? So if you don't know something, it's really important to ask people who have been around much longer so that they can, don't be afraid to ask, mainly, okay? It's the energy I'm getting here. Be more communicative, be more open, be more ready to discuss things, and be more willing to defend your beliefs and things like that, okay? I don't have major jarring energies in which you have to defend yourself against opposition, but I do sense that in a new environment, and especially new people that you're dealing with for this month, there's an air of inquisitiveness about them where they want to know where you're coming from, your philosophical outlooks, and they might ask, probing questions, and they might, just out of curiosity, they do want you to open up a little bit. And I do feel that in this environment, you are somewhat of an enigma to them. So in those around you, they are curious about what it is that you want, and what it is that you like, and they want to know what you are all about, okay? So you're drawing a lot of people to you. So we have 3 air signs here, water sign and also an earth sign. And I do sense as well that, at the center of this spread is this energy. I do feel that whatever it is, you are attracting people who are good for you in general. I do feel they're good for you. And you are also attracting people who are very different from you, okay? So they're more of an air element, you're a water sign. So I do feel that they are going to spark your interest as well. And they are going to provide you with a different perspective as to how things can be done, how to be a better communicative partner, and also how to do things and how to look at situations from a different perspective, okay? So the energy that is coming through is very, very soothing. For those of you who are dealing with parental figures, I do sense that you are kind of called in, you are possibly called in to be mediator for this month, okay? There might be issues surrounding the family in terms of, parents not getting along, parents not getting along with their children, etc. So if you have younger siblings that are still living with mom and dad, there might be a situation where you are kind of called upon to come in and mediate family dysfunction. I don't feel there are big arguments coming through, but it can play out in a way where you are mediator and you are going to have to provide like the outsider's perspective for your parents and also for possibly children who are living, in that home, like younger siblings and things like that. I also feel too, if there is a father figure that has that you haven't really gotten along with, there might be a little bit of a troublesome energy coming through from father figures for a lot of Piscean out there, male or female. But I do feel if you haven't had a very, very good relationship with parents in general, but in particular father figures, I do sense that there is an element of reconciliation, or at least an opportunity for reconciliation, okay? So it's really important to grab this opportunity. Parents are not always going to be around, so you do want to be the bigger person. You also want to reconcile family dysfunction whenever you get a chance, because like I always say, family ties or people in our families are very often the most karmic relationships that we'll have in our lifetime, okay? Very often. So it is really important to balance out this karmic scale. And in the greater scheme of things, they might not be around. So you want to resolve family issues whenever they creep up, okay? Whenever you have a chance for reconciliation in all your interpersonal relationships, it's really important for you in general to just let the opportunity come in and let you and the other party heal whatever rift has been caused in the past due to theirs or your behavior, okay? So that's going to be something coming through for you. I do feel as well, family situation might also demand a little bit of your financial assistance, okay? So this can play out in, if you are parents, I do feel your children might be in a position where they need financial assistance from you, or elderly parents that might call upon you for a financial for some help, okay, some assistance coming through to the family. I do feel as well, if you are like floating on cloud nine and you have a lot of financial abundance, if there is a financial windfall that came through last month, and that energy is being somewhat dissipated out into your environment, in which people are starting to catch wind of this financial windfall at your disposal, use your discretion in general about you know who it is that you are willing to give pieces of your earnings to. Okay, use your discretion, because most people don't always have the best intentions, so you want to be a little bit careful about who it is that you want to give your money out to. I do feel that you have this savior, this martyr type of energy about you. You want to help the world, and you want to help everybody to the best of your capabilities. But I do feel that a little bit of discretion coming through would be wise counsel overall for this month. Okay, if you have, if you are in a situation where there is huge investment payouts due to huge investment opportunities, I do feel that hiring a financial manager would be in your best interest. Okay, and hiring somebody who is more experienced with your current situation, how to so that they can offer you advice as to how to let your assets grow. I do feel that is going to be very beneficial for a lot of you for this month. If you have the money to splurge, get advice, get legal counsel, get insights from a financial advisor, a financial consultant, and things like that, and they can help your money grow. Okay, I do feel a lot of abundance coming through for everybody as well. So I do sense that whatever luck that whatever good fortune that you're able to create for yourself, it is dissipating. It's kind of rippling out into your immediate environment, and people are happier as a result. So overall, it's a good energy for you, Pisces. Now we will conclude the reading with that. If you would like a private reading, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com. Likewise, if you have questions regarding readings and things like that, you can always send me an email. My website can be found below underneath the description box, or in the description box underneath the video. So I will see you again for the weekly reading and also for the mid-month reading. Take care of yourself, Pisces. Enjoy your month.